E for One podcast. Make sure you like this video, and it's very important that you subscribe to the channel. Quick reaction, quick thoughts. Benzino has a better song, has a better diss track than Eminem. I mean, Eminem is basically doing his typical flow that he's adopted over the last 6 or 7 years, 5, 6 or 7 years. You know, Eminem is sounding the same. Eminem is going to always come with proficiency, with his lyrics and with his style. Never going to knock that. Eminem always is going to come correct. But Eminem's style is getting boring because he's doing the same type of rhyme pattern all the time on, you know, every single track. You know, and it's just to the point to where I've never, full disclosure, been a huge Eminem fan, you know, although I think like I just stated, lyrical proficiency is always immaculate. The guy is an extremely dope MC, but his subject matter, his content never really gravitated towards it fully. And I think with this Benzino track, his lines hit better, his lines hit harder. When Benzino was using the whole Jim Crow and racial angle throughout the whole song, it was just dope. And he just had more lines that had me go, okay, I'm feeling that. You know, I've never, as stated previously, never thought Benzino has moved the needle musically in hip hop whatsoever. But this song was aight. If we gonna call it for what it is, if we gonna keep it a buck, this Benzino diss track is better than the Eminem diss track. And also the beat selection, you know, even though it's an old Hove beat, you can never go wrong with the Where I'm From instrumental rhyming over, especially if you dissonate somebody. And Benzino was riding the beat very, very well. And it was just, the song just hit harder. If I was picking a song to put on my playlist, you know, first of all, which I recently made a playlist and I threw the Eminem song on there at the very end, mind you. It wasn't like within the first 5 songs on the playlist, because when I make a playlist, the first 5 songs is like I want to start the playlist off hot. And this Eminem, the Doomsday Part 2 was like the very second to last song I put on the playlist, because I didn't think it was knocking like that. I thought it was cool. You know, like I said, I thought, you know, Eminem using the same beat over again from when he previously used it years ago, it was kind of lazy, but it was okay. You know, it sounded all right, a new freaked version. But, you know, this Benzino track would actually be more at the top of my playlist because it just hits harder. Let's just call it for what it is. I mean, this song, Benzino had more lines that you was like, oh, shit, damn, he kind of got Eminem on that. And he was more precise with his, you know, he just wasn't coming up with cheap jokes like, you know, Benzino, what does he look like? He has no neck. He looked like a giraffe. He's a giraffe, whatever. Opposite of a giraffe, whatever. I mean, Eminem is pretty much saying the same shit that he was saying years ago on Benzino disses, which there should be no Benzino disses anyway, because it's Benzino. It's not like you're going against a formidable opponent like The Game. But in this case, Benzino has proved to be a formidable opponent, because his track Vultures is better than the Eminem track. And let's just be clear, like, let's just be honest, like, has Eminem fallen off? I mean, this is like the second time that Eminem has, I'm not gonna say gotten bodied over a diss track, but this is like the second time in my most recent memory that I can remember that Eminem has lost somewhat of a battle. Machine Gun Kelly, shall I say bodied? I'm not gonna say ether, that might be going a little bit too far. But Machine Gun Kelly really got at Eminem a couple years ago when they had their back and forth. Machine Gun Kelly won that battle hands down. You know, so Eminem, you know, he need to prove something with this next project, this next album. He need to prove that, you know, maybe that he still got it. I mean, of course he still got it. It's Eminem. He never gonna lose it. But this is the second time that, in my recollection off the top of my head, this is the second time in a row that Eminem has lost a battle to a somewhat lesser, definitely a lesser formidable opponent in Benzino and Machine Gun Kelly. It's just my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section. You've been listening to the Entertainment for One, E for One podcast. Anthony AP right here. Subscribe to the channel before you leave, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.